What's going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Garage, and today we have some more or new spy shots of the potential Camaro refresh. Now, it's been a little while since something or someone has spotted anything. As you guys know, we have seen spy shots of the cars fairly heavily camoed with test lights. The front end was completely camouflaged with even overhangs over the front end, so you can't really see what it looks like. We know they were testing with current Z01s and even Mustang GT350s, so they are doing some benchmark testing, or have been. This was a while ago, not currently, but some new photos, as you can see here, have surfaced of a test car. This is definitely a test mule, but there's a couple things here that have me a little more excited than some of the other ones and really point to GM's getting ready to reveal this car. You can see the front end is still heavily camouflaged. They open it up a little bit, but still have a screen mask on it and on the hood. It still looks just like the current SS hood, so it doesn't look like they're doing much changes there. Obviously, the front fascia is either changing or they have it covered up to pull a big fast one on us. I think they'll change it. I mean, obviously they changed some of the styling in the rear end. That's just basic camouflage. It's not too drastic, but it is enough. They did change the lines and made it look kind of smooth and clean. I like it, but the spoiler's the same. The biggest thing in these images, we can finally see probably what is production lights. They kind of harp an older style design. Again, it's really hard to see what they look like, but it is definitely looks more production lighting than the ghetto circle LED bulb things that were in there before. They were atrocious. Dear God, please don't release a car with those. But everything else is still pretty heavily camouflaged. They haven't really taken off too much of the cover. Again, the front end is completely covered, and it has some sort of overhang attached to it to hide that front grille. You can kind of get an okay look of the front lights. I actually think we had a better look at the lights early on. Maybe they're not the same, maybe they're different. A lot of people thought that the front lights eyebrow, or the daytime running light, the lower LED, was carrying further in on the grille. That could be a possibility. You could see they have like camouflage on what looks to be part of the light. Again, it's really hard to tell, so it's speculation here. Now the interior, this is probably the biggest letdown potentially, unless again this is just a test mule and they have the current interior in it. I really thought they would have done some changes to the interior. Obviously in this photo you could see it's clearly the 6-speed transmission. A lot of people thought that there might be a 7-speed coming. I even did a video highlighting it because of the CARB California certificates, potentially highlighting it. As many of you guys know, it required GM to completely remake a transmission, because there is no other 7-speed transmission in the fleet that I know of that's a forward transmission, because one of the Corvette's a rear transmission. Now, does that mean that they're not going to come out with a 7-speed? Of course it doesn't. Again, this is a test mule. They could be including it in other cars, or it's an option. Who knows? But the other side is this wasn't an A10 or an automatic, so we still have no idea if the A10's in play. But outside of that, the interior from this shot looks the same. No differences, no changes. So maybe there's not going to be changes, or maybe there will be. And again, this is a test mule. You never know. But if anything, this is just more hope that they're getting closer to a final production car of the refresh. Now, many of you guys know if GM's going to do a refresh, they have to probably start opening up orders in July for the 2019 timeframe, maybe a little bit later, considering the fab is up and running. If you guys don't remember, the Camaro started its production in a new plant, and so they may have needed more time to ramp up. So maybe because the plant's already there, they might be able to push it out a little bit further. But I'm a firm believer that they're going to reveal the car probably in May, latest June if it's coming. I could be wrong, but that's my thought anyway, so that just gives us a couple months before we potentially see or hear about what the refresh Camaro is going to be. Will there be powertrain updates? Will there be power? We don't know. GM's been pretty good at keeping everything under wraps, so it's kind of frustrating, but whatever, it is what it is. You know, they're holding their cards close to their chest. We do know that the cars are running around testing. This one looks pretty beat up. Look, it's even got gouges and marks in it, so they're definitely putting it to the test. I will say, GM, make a matte black color car. That's kind of a cool color on the car. Just make it standard. Do it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more information. It is encouraging to finally see a car out in the wild, at least captured or spied in the wild. I'm sure they're around. Not everybody has cameras or cares. So, but it's cool to see it. So we do know that it's still coming. I do believe, or firmly believe, they'll probably reveal it in May, June timeframe. Again, that's just my guesstimate. I have no idea when they're actually going to reveal it. But I'd love to see it. If I had the opportunity to be able to drive out, or if they did an event where they invited the community, kind of like they did with the reveal of the 6th gen, I would love to be able to go. But we'll see. So yeah, refresh 6th gen. We'll call it 6.5. Is coming. We do believe it's going to be the 2019 model year. If that's true, they have to reveal it soon. They have to, because they got to start taking pre-orders and get it going, phase out the old cars, start building the new cars. It's just a huge process for them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If you guys have any comments or notice anything I didn't in these photos, post down below. As always, thanks for checking out the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it for all sorts of Camaro news and info and installs and overviews. Lethal Garage has got you covered. But until next time, guys, I hope to see you on the road.